He's very slippery. He has such a weird mix of attributes of being heavy, slippery, good disadvantage, skill power, comeback mechanics. Like, it's obnoxious to deal with, but you just gotta like play for the long game for sure. And I think one big adaptation that Leo is gonna need to win the set is a lot of gun usage during the fluff of neutral in this matchup.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of Joker from Leo in the past couple of days. A little bit
of Meta Knight, too.
Yeah, the Meta Knight was crazy to see that coming out, getting that set win against the likes of Zomba. But now here with the Joker coming out against the likes of Wario, already has Arsene. This is kind of how this match is going to play out. Like you said, right? Playing passive, waiting for someone to make a overextend with a mistake, and then going for the punish once Arsene is here to scrap.
Yeah.
Something that I also want to point out, like we were talking about which person ShinyMark would rather fight, but Leo definitely does not want to fight Gluto. His set record against him, especially recently, has not been good.
No.
Well, it used to be more of a back and forth thing that was mostly in Leo's favor, which is kind of similar to how we're actually seeing him play out right now. But traditionally what happens is Leo is just the long game player. Like, he downloads you like nobody's business. He's one of the smartest in the business. But Gluto could be argued to be the smartest in the business, and this man just plays the long game, downloads people like nobody's business.
Speaking of smart, though, Leo tried to go for a mid-advantage state Rebels guard to catch Gluto swinging like haphazardly. Gluto, like you're saying, one of the smartest, did not fall for it at all.
Would have worked on literally anyone else, maybe. You know.
I just like hearing him saying, "Master."
This is definitely a war of two players that are very
Oh
studied.
my god.
And speaking of studying, like, those combos are like second to none for him for sure.
Those very custom combos.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like he just labs them out, too.
No, he
even
just
like,
makes them up on the spot, actually.
Really? I mean, I wouldn't be shocked, dude. The way he plays, it feels like very custom combos, like you said. But now, seeing with Gluto, he's at 132. With Arsene out, it's very scary. But we're going to go for the LP out of shield. Arsene almost out of there. Again, waiting for Glutonny to pull the trigger and do a forward tilt. But he just waited for what MkLeo was going to do. It was a counter, so he got a punish right after.
And one of the dynamics in this matchup is that Joker needs some pretty specific openings in order to take the stock even now.
Speaking of openings, though, Gluto's got a big one here. The jab reset into the Buenos Dias, puts him in the corner. Leo already up at 72% and has lost half the Arsene meter to boot. Very, very poor situation. Gluto did use the quarter waft, I think it was, earlier during that combo to get extra damage, but the fact that Leo's already on one stock and Gluto's still got this much more to play with means waft might still be a factor in the end game if we even make it there.
So one of the trends that's actually developed in this matchup between these two, and you could say the Joker matchup in general, is that Wario players, or aka Gluto, has started using bike as kind of a terrain feature.
Gluto using bike, but Leo using his entire available kit, gets away from the waft, gets another Arsene thanks to the extra Rebels guards that he's been thrown in. So if he can escape this ledge trap, which it seems like he's done, he actually has a chance to fight back here.
That was insanely scary. Right, he gets another down air into an up smash right in the middle of the stage, sitting at 101. Very close match. Still has Arsene for a little bit longer. At this point, Gluto's just going to try to back up a little bit because he doesn't want to deal with Big Brother right now. Down air trying to catch it on the ledge. We're doing a lot of empty hops, trying to force out some sort of shield option. Catches the up air, ends the game. That's going to be Gluto taking away game one in a very scary fashion.
This matchup seems so unforgiving. Like, there was very few instances where these guys were committing before one of them was cornered, and actually that was what costed Leo the game at that point. Like, he committed once and he got it put into disadvantage state, and honestly, like, both of these players at disadvantage state is definitely one of the best in the business, so you might just lose your stock anytime for sure if you always extend.
I mean, that's what makes it disadvantaged, isn't it?
It is disadvantageous.
Wow, who would have thought?
Something, too, that I did want to point out is that, like, Leo was trying to abuse empty movement a lot more at the end there. We saw when Gluto did neutral get up in the corner and then immediately went into shield, Leo was like, dash in, dash out, short hop, dash in. And Gluto didn't care. It felt like Gluto didn't even notice. It
feels like Gluto can kind of just, like, use the normal Wario game plan of, like, evasiveness. It feels like Leo has to compensate for Joker's lack of frame data in some of his most rewarding moves with that superior movement and empty movement, you know, to kind of gain the position to essentially get a good reward from these openings.
He also just doesn't have much out of shield, and that's a big thing in this matchup, that Gluto can cross up a lot, especially with Wario's superior air drift. It's very difficult for Joker to get out of a position that he gets stuck into once he starts holding shield.
something else that we've seen recently is Gluto just getting these like small hits, like forwarder hits, and then kind of backing off to see what his opponent does to just get that information advantage.
Yeah, it's always good to be able to like download information from your opponent, whether you're going to use it in the very near future or just leave it in the back pocket for later on in the set. Now we got Arsene ready to rock here for this next stock, but already getting another jab lock opportunity for Gluto just to push him towards the edge. That advantage state was just gone for a second, but drags him right back down, gets the up smash. That's going to be first stock going in Leo's favor.
First stock does go in his favor, but the Arsene meter is completely gone, and we saw it in the first game in the same spot. That jab lock into the F tilt takes away half of Arsene on its own. Leo cannot get himself into those situations if he wants to make the most of the resources afforded to him, but he's definitely making the most of this advantage state right now as he's already taken Gluto all the way up to 67%. Goes for a little bit of a Goryoka in the corner, but doesn't connect, just resets, gets a couple chip hits with the gun though.
We're seeing Leo start to try and get a beat on his timing with these backdashes. If you just like look at the way that the movement is kind of jumping, you can see Leo using the backdash timings to actually line up like a metronome.
Oh, that was so pretty too, getting over top of the bike for the dare setup. Leo is poetry in motion.
That was so sick. Went all the way down there. It doesn't even matter. They get caught by that O smash. We still got a whole nother stock to play with.
I think that's a big thing that a lot of people struggle with these characters that can essentially skip neutral with something like bike. And you can tell Leo prioritizing gaining stage control and just being ready for the bike over anything else, you know, and essentially that got him the stock.
Give him that Arsene, but give him a little bit of damage to go with it. Gluto doesn't want his guest to leave empty-handed, so he serves him up and knocks him down. One stock for both of them, and that's the thing that I was worried about with Leo getting up to so much of a lead, is that Gluto, he's the clutch master in situations like this. This is not over until it says game.
Especially when you play a character like Wario that has WAF, right? But the thing is, he just spent it, so it's not going to be up for like another minute 20, and so at that point, it's going to be on MkLeo to try to push the advantage state. You see Gluto actually actively running away.
So you got a kind of a tension of time here where Leo wants the game to go long enough to make sure that he gets a full Arsene, but not long enough that it's going to go for a full walk, because then you're going to get a second Arsene situation coming up that it's not worth the walk that you saw before.
Yeah, it's like that little sweet spot, right? Try to come back in here, but now Arsene is ready to rock, so it's time to put the pedal to the metal. Gets a back air, pushes him right back off stage, gets the projectile on top of that, putting Gluto in a very bad spot. Bike to be able to try to cover the high, forcing him to go low. Tosses out one more time, but there's the up tilt. It wasn't ready.
Gluto did not time that right. We were talking about the sweet spot that he had to hit, and he just missed it, so the waft does not come in clutch where he needs it. Now he's got to play this like a mortal.
But it's not over for sure. There's
a mortal is still plenty good enough when Gluto is piloting, especially if he's surviving back airs at 184. Gets that fair to knock Leo into the corner. This is a potentially really bad reset. No throw here from Joker's going to be able to kill.
Could you imagine if Joker gets like enough damage to kill that throw? It might happen. He's at 199. Maybe a couple more pummels, a couple more swings here and there. But at this point, just wants to land a back air because Arsene's not on the table just yet. We still need a lot more. Maybe a lucky Rebels guard. That could have been devastating. The down tilt. Trying to get that into a dash. That gets one more grab. Pummeling you to death. And just like we called it, dude, Joker's got a kill throw. Who would have thought?
At 203%.
Yeah, I mean, it killed.
There's like 2 asterisks on that.
He had rage, and his opponent was at 200. But it's a kill throw.
Put that little bit of text there at the bottom, you know.
I can't believe that game got as close as it was. Leo had a 3-stock-to-1 lead.
Wario, baby.
I can't believe that down tilt dash attack didn't connect. That could have potentially been game winning.
That's Joker hurtbox shifting.
That's true.
In a nutshell.
We've seen that a lot.
He's just a little guy.
We all have privilege.
He's such a little guy.
He's a tall little guy.
Just a little guy. He's a
Clean
little
and
guy.
Great way to describe him.
How could you be mad at a little guy?
You can't. It's literally impossible. We're going to jump here into game number 3, take us right back to Small Battlefield, a stage that we've been seeing so much this weekend.
I feel like we've had a really nice variety of stages in our bracket this weekend.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of Small Battlefield, a lot of Town and City, a little bit of Kalos.
That was a sick combo, by the way.
That was a sick combo. All Leo combos are sick combos. It's like a redundant phrase at that point.
I mean, you can say the same thing for Gluto. That man.
Oh, we're about to see an example.
Right here.
I was giving them the lead up. Oh, fantastic stuff. So that was actually a nice little run off of B. He was trying to go for the gold there on that.
Couldn't quite get it to on top of it, but now There again, Arsene coming online one more time. A back air is going to push him right back off. We got those gunshots coming out. They come with some extra oomph because of Arsene. I cannot believe that.
I get that he gets the extra jump with bike, but still.
Shout out to Gluto holding down a bit there to delay the ledge grab so that he threw off the ledge jump.
Super smart.
Like if Leo had just gone for down air on the ledge like he's gone for earlier in the set, then that would have hit there. Except Leo going for the 3D chest mix-ups, went to 40. Oh my God.
And now they're just dancing, right? Because like they're both at high percentages. They don't want to overextend, but again, the more time's going to come out, that WAP is going to come online any minute, any second.
Sometimes 2D is really better though, because the mix-up doesn't always connect. Side B doesn't hit, Dare doesn't hit, Gluto got to get up and gets away with it, and a back air off the platform chase. Beautiful. He is doing so amazing at counteracting all of Leo's movement.
Another A coming out.
Leo is putting out like all these safe kill setups and just gets a straight back air to close that out. Not committing anything like Mark said before.
Being safe is important, you know? Like, it's the best to just go for the options that'll be as safe as possible, while sometimes putting out the risk when you need it. You need to do it most. And now we're seeing here an opportunity. These nairs, we got Watt online. This is very scary. Has the double up airs. One more. Could have done it, but he's in that prime percentage where it could still be insanely devastating if he gets one more swing.
Just goes for the safe damage right here, and we have an advantage later. And again, he holds down. If he would have delayed the down air a little bit more, he potentially could have gone to stock from that. But Leo, with the conditioning of the ledge jumps, definitely, there's way too many mix-ups here. And this guy is definitely, he busted the ledge jumping, but actually, that 2-frame, I'm not even sure if it was a 2-frame, but the important thing, it was impeccable and just evens out, or not evens out, gets the lead right now.
I thought that for a second there that maybe he was going to save the WAP, but hey, we got another up smash coming out here to even up the stocks, turning this insanely even on top of this. As you see yourself in a 1v1 situation now, small battlefield, who can get game number 3?
It's such a scary spot to be in because Gluto sometimes turns these advantage states into moments like that. A quick 50% for him, but Leo is able to fight back into neutral, and now he has the help of Arsene, so he's going to chase Gluto into this corner here. Gluto holding down on that, even though Leo wasn't even close to the ledge this time. Maybe trying to mind game him into going for the dare on the next one when he doesn't hold down.
I'm not going to try and pretend to know what goes through Gluto's mind. I'm not that smart.
Nobody is. It's a lot of French.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not that French to know what's going through his mind.
Oh my God, he went for
it. Turned it into a skittle. That shield got so small after that forward smash. And again, Gluto jumping back and forth on the right platform as time keeps on ticking again. That's going to come into favor. So Leo's got to be able to try to do something because Arsene is now off the table.
Well, the purpose of that F smash is, of course, trying to catch somebody panicking after they get caught by the drag down.
True.
But Gluto doesn't panic. He's
and
too French.
Even if he got shielded, that forward smash definitely gives him a little bit of shield damage, which can be a long-term win condition in neutral.
Especially when you cut this much pressure with the
Speaking
drag.
of win conditions,
Leo,
Raindrops.
the classic, always dragging him down with the up air onto the platform, getting the up smash right afterwards. Going to turn that into a game 4 situation, 2-1 in favor of Leo. So now the onus is on Gluto to try to bring this back for stage number 4.
Especially given how. Oh, go ahead.
A question for you, actually. How much rage, or what percent for the forward air drag down on the thigh hitbox to get that into a mistech for the forward smash?
I actually don't know on Wario specifically. I think it's the like 65 to 75-ish range. Because it's different character to character. It's based on their hurtbox when they can tech that. And I don't know the exact percent for Wario, but I think that was about the right percent for it, and that's probably why Leo went for it too.
Optimal.
Leo, though, getting us all the way to a set point in his favor where after that game 1, I think all of us were starting to kind of think like, okay, it's just another win for Gluto.
Well, right now, I will also point out that Leo is starting to get the timing on these Rebel guards and disadvantage.
definitely feels like a new development in his play against these top players.
Oh,
Speaking of,
Dude, the Arsene coming in clutch, right? We already had the tech ready to go here from Gluto, recognizing that down air was being readied up. And now we're going to see how much mileage you can get out of it, right? Because the meter is ticking, but it's okay. He got the back air going off stage one more time. We're going to kind of stall down there for as long as possible before it comes right back onto the stage. Trying to space out the back airs, finds the jump, gets the anti-air in a taunt. Did he just taunt?
looking cool,
He's hyping
Joker.
himself up.
And He is looking more than cool. He's looking amazing in this game right now. A big lead that he's starting to build up. He'll have another Arsene potentially, especially if he keeps using that Rebels guard. And we've touched on it briefly, but we haven't really talked about how much Leo is using Rebels guard in this set. He's just letting that thing rock.
He wants to play like it's a full rhythm game at all points. Disadvantage is neutral too if you have the right mindset. Speaking of,
disadvantage is advantage, maybe, Tony.
The word
My
advantage is in there.
apologies.
Did he just try to grab him, but he got caught
Yes,
by
he
the
did.
fight?
he needs it. He
Oh
genuinely does
my
need it.
God, he's that up smash. I'll tell you what, going out there with another back air opportunity, trying to play the ledge trap game, but Gluto just keeps to his cool, sticks to his guns, gets the grab, back throws him, puts him right back out there, and does yet another bite. Not enough to get the kill, but he's chasing very deep.
Ooh, that was almost a massive mistake for Gluto. The Tetrakarn in the corner knocks him out so that Leo can get space to himself on the stage once again. But just the fact that Gluto was even in that spot
Top
after
12.
the dare, it is top 12, and
And it
Gluto
is
has brought us
losing
to even
by
stocks.
So
It's
Leo
true.
has absolutely taken over reading the momentum of this match. So Leo just has the exact pacing of when Gluto wants to do everything that Gluto's doing, and so he's just taken full control over that. It's gotten to the point where we were seeing Joker with Arsene's recovery intercepted every time. Now he's getting recoveries because he is able to just use his side Bs during recovery to set the timing so that he can read these perfectly. And we're getting the down airs on the up B recoveries like Last was saying you can hold it. He's holding it for now. There's no game 5 if Leo can have his choice here.
Dash attack into the corner, more damage being built up. We were talking about Leo being in control, getting the stuff that he wants. I think we all know exactly what Gluto wants, and that is two things. One, to escape disadvantage, and then two, to hit Waft right afterwards.
Can you really hit Nair when Leo has this tight of a control on when you're going for it, though?
I don't think so, man. He's just
Oh, that's
so good. Never mind. Gets called out by the gunshot. A little bit of an anticlimactic ending. That's going to be MkLeo taking the dub and is going to move on through the brackets.